The Cobra TV Subcasts are back. This time, live on cam.
Chris.
Hey, Cobra.
How you doing, buddy?
Man, if I was doing better, I'd be finer than Frog here, split 4 ways.
That's awesome, dude.
The Cobra TV Subcasts, the show on YouTube where you get a voice. Derek Sword, what's going on, buddy? Thank you for coming out to the show. Stefan, what's going on, buddy? Thank you for coming out, bud. It ain't no sweat, bud. As long as I got the people that I already have. Damien, what's going on, bud? Thank you for coming out. Thank you, Capes. Dieter, don't know yet. Got a lot of educated guesses, but nothing solid. Let's hope we don't have any technical difficulties tonight like we did last Friday. Oh boy. George, I don't know about that, but I'm very flattered. Damien, heading to the Galactic Hub and survival. Very nice, dude. Richard, how you doing, bud? Thank you for coming out. Yeah, Alf, we made a video talking about some of the theories behind combat for the next update. It's pointing that way. It really is. Update soon? I hope so. I have a feeling that, I don't know, we'll talk about it tonight. Drifting Pirate, my boy. Awesome to see you here. Thank you for coming out, dude. Yes, I remember that. Arthur, I'm going to have to get back to you on that. It's copyright-free music that YouTube offers. So I'm going to have to get back to you on who it is because I can't remember exactly. Yes, Drifting Pirate, the good old days. Let's hope we don't have any technical difficulties tonight. I hope not. All right. Thank you guys for coming back to Cobra TV. Technical difficulties already, but let's see if we can get that fixed. All right. There we go. Thank you for coming back out to the subcast that we do here every Friday. And it's amazing to see you guys. See the information down below. Add me on Skype. Get on the show. Talk about No Man's Sky. Talk about another game if you would like. If you notice the picture that we had on the beginning here, the Cobra TV, a sci-fi channel, we're going to be expanding into many different games, sci-fi games specifically, and I can't wait. I interviewed a developer who's making a game called Anterix, and we're going to be uploading that tomorrow. It's another sci-fi game. I also got to play Exo-1, and it's a surreal experience. It's more like, from what I've seen from the demo, a visual novel, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be adding more to it. But Exo-1, it's a good experience so far. Still waiting to see what more they have to offer. But joining me today, we have co-host Iceman Third ID. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Cobra?
Not much, man. So today we're going to be taking callers. I want to talk about the update. A little fear that I have of what they might be doing with the update. I have a worry that they're going to wait until August to update the game. That maybe there's going to be a commercial, an advertisement at E3, possibly advertising it for Xbox One, and then that it's going to be available for Xbox One in August, and that's probably when we'll see the next update. The reason why I think that is because if you check the Steam app, you can see when they're uploading to the testing branch. Since the old build test, I don't think they have. And right before the update, you keep seeing, like, they upload this, they test it, then they upload it again, they test it, then they upload it again, they make changes, and we see that kind of activity a lot right before an update. Here recently, it's been silent, it's been quiet, but we know they're working on something. We just don't see the activity that leads up to right around the time an update hits. And we're getting pretty close to E3. When is E3 this year?
Yeah, I don't know. That's something everybody's been asking me that, and I should probably look that up because I'm not sure exactly when that is. But
I'm pretty sure somebody in the chat might know.
You could be right. You could be right. But then again, we're a week out from June.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we are.
I mean,
and usually 3 weeks out, we start seeing that kind of activity. And I haven't seen.
Don't count your eggs before they're hatched. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. We never know what can happen.
But knowing Hello Games, they're gonna. You're probably correct, and it's probably going to be a better update than what we think it's going to be.
I think it's going to be huge, and I think it's going to be in August. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope it's going to be around E3. But just something in my snake skin tells me that it's going to be in August. But we'll see. Derek Sword says June 13th. Mid-June.
June 13th.
I hope so. I really do. All right.
My goal is to make it to E3 next year then, because that'll be during my birthday.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. That'd be awesome.
That's cool, man. We're going to add Devin to the call here.
Hey, Devin.
He's not on just yet.
Oh, he's not?
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of people think around June. June 7th, I see. Mid-June. June 13th.
Yeah, I was thinking that they would. I was just speculating earlier with Boondock that they would try to correlate the release of the next update with the release of Elite Dangerous.
Ah, yeah.
And
Dirty Boy.
Go ahead.
Dirty Boy says mid-October.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, hope that's
Devin,
not
what's
Hey,
up,
how's it
buddy?
going, man?
Nah,
Not
it's
much.
going
How you
good,
doing,
man. It's going good. Thank you for coming on. What brings you on, dude?
Okay. I just wanted to talk about No Man's Sky some more, and also, I don't know if you heard about the new space game coming out. I think it's called Space Odyssey, made by Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's gonna be showing off the game at E3, and it seems like the game is coming out in 18 days.
Yeah, 18 days. Yep.
Yep.
I don't know. I got mixed feelings about this. I mean, they mentioned civilization with a little bit of it. They also say it's educational, which is not a bad thing. I was on the Roman Apple show earlier, and we were talking about this. Uh-oh. Hey, can you get the cat? Get the cat. Get the cat. Get the cat. Get the cat. Get the cat.
Technical cat difficulties.
All right. Cat has been gotten. But, you know, I think educational, it's cool. And some of the things that I read about that is they're talking about how you might come across something and a video will pop up in like a National Geographic video, but I'm sure it'll be, I'm sure it's going to be, Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about it though, but it's going to be an info video talking about this star, how it got there, how old it is, things like that, you know, and that's cool and all. But I think I don't know what people want. I mean, what do you think about that? Hey, the cat.
I think. Well, I don't know what it's gonna fully be like until he shows off the gameplay. But the fact that you get to build like your own civilizations and galaxies, and this sounds really cool. Depending,
building your own galaxy and having people visit it. Oh, so neat.
Yeah,
so neat.
And knowing Neil deGrasse Tyson, he knows a lot about space. So I think
I'm not a gigantic fan of Neil deGrasse Tyson. So I don't know. I'll take a look at the game and see. Is it just PC only, or is it coming out on console, or what?
I don't know. I think it's only PC for now, but I could be wrong. I don't know until E3. That's like, it's weird that they're going to E3, but the game's also coming out like in 18 days, really fast.
Well, it makes sense, right? If your game was coming out 2 weeks after E3 or whatever, then you would. Yeah, I mean, you'd pretty much have to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be like one of those things. Is like, are we going to E3? Well, E3 happens 2 weeks before our game comes out. We have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Oh, and I think you guys were talking about the update with No Man's Sky. I mean, that's a pretty good idea. I mean, I think in order to sell, Xbox sellers, like, because a lot of people would be like, why would I want to, get No Man's Sky when you like, why are you going to charge me $60 if it's like, $30 or, on sale, like on a lot of places. So trying to get fans with a big update would say, oh, this is why we're going to charge $60,
Yeah.
So,
well, a lot of places, I don't know whether it's Sony, whether or not it's Hello Games. A lot of places have dropped the price to $20. So I've seen a lot of newcomers to the game streaming and putting up videos on YouTube lately because of that, and which is awesome. That's great, But it's just cool. I was watching a kid play. It's like probably a 12-year-old kid, and for a quote unquote squeaker, he was actually fairly decent streamer. And he talked the whole time, and he didn't leave any dead air, awkward moments, and he was fairly interesting to listen to. But it was fun to watch him go through the game the first time. And for the first time, when was the last time you saw somebody go through the game for the very first time? And he was downloading the updates for the game, so he was playing the vanilla version, and he was streaming it. Yeah. And it was a really neat experience, and I subscribed to him that day. He's got like 4 subscribers or something like that. Wow. And it was just really neat to do that, and it actually inspired me to to come up with another tips for beginners video that's going to come out later on this week. But that being said, I think that for $20 and it's had 2 updates and a third on the way.
Yeah.
If people don't start picking it up now, it's their loss. There's really nothing holding you back from picking up the game and enjoying it just like the rest of us have.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, what are you guys' opinions? You think August?
I mean, that seems... Well, actually, I don't know. I think, probably. I mean, it could be possible that it could come in July. I mean, I don't see how hard it would be to make an Xbox port, and they could have done that. They could have made an Xbox port while back, because this could have been a plan that they've been planning on for a long time. Because I mean, they only, it was PlayStation exclusive, but exclusive only is about a year. So I think by July it meets that mark. I don't know. Game came out in August, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you said something that made me think of something as well.
Right, so it could be August, like you were saying. So that would be a year mark. So
it could be, but you know what? To get the sales for the Xbox, maybe they might want to come out with the update first. So maybe in July. So I don't know.
I'm sticking with my guns. Oh, the cat.
Yeah, scratch me. I'm okay. I'm all right.
I'm sticking with my guns on June. What's your cat's name?
Mindy.
Mindy?
Yeah.
This is the Revenge of Mindy episode.
You're right. Oh boy. We're gonna add Steve to the call here. Oh boy, it's got to be something. It's got to be something all the time.
Well, look, Cobra has taken all the time to get everything technically correct, so we don't have any technical problems this time, and now it's cat problems.
Yeah, we're getting good
old Felis domesticus.
I'm gonna change its name to Sentinel.
Yeah.
Cats are like Sentinels. It's true.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. So Steve's not picking up. We'll try him again a little bit later. If you guys want to come on the show, don't hesitate to send me a message on Skype. The information is down below. We'll get you on here, and you guys could talk about other stuff. Cobra TV is going to be branding out to sci-fi games in general.
Well,
and,
I was thinking of, we've already got this community that has surrounded the No Man's Sky community, right? I mean, you're involved with it. I'm involved with it. Everybody that calls in is involved with it. We already have the contacts. We already got the network. When we go into Elite Dangerous, we could be already out of the gate, be a powerful force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
And all we need is an organizer, somebody to organize it, somebody to, and I'm not that guy. Believe me, I don't have time.
Oh my gosh, Steve joined us. Steve, how you doing, bud?
Hey, I'm here. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
It's a pleasure to have you here. What brings you on tonight?
A couple things. I appreciate your coverage of the Galactic Hub recently, because it's really, it's kind of really shown me what they've done so far to sort of to start adding the multiplayer aspect to the game, especially with the message balls and the base sharing. So now I definitely want to go to the Galactic Hub, since I know there's so many people who've built bases there. Right. And also along the way, I'm trying to go to other systems that have already been covered to see if they've left any messages there or anything like that. So
what's interesting about the Galactic Hub is the trophy, the achievement that you get, rather, when you go into a person's base and you register with the base. The trophy is called Reunion, and not accident or happenstance or bump into. You know what I mean? It's like it was intended all along to be reunited with another player. That's the name Reunion. And then Hello Games just tweeted out. It was not a retweet. They actually took the picture from somebody and retweeted 6 reasons to go to the Galactic Hub.
Right. I remember you said that last week.
Yeah. And, with them
that
broadcasting that, it's got to, okay, if they didn't want people to meet up, why bring attention to it? And if they didn't intend on catering to that, which I really hope they do, why bring attention to that? Why bring attention to something that's really controversial? You can't see another player. So why bring something like that to everybody's attention? Hey, go to the Galactic Hub. Everybody else is. There's going to be some guy saying, yeah, but you can't see another player.
Yeah, right.
You know,
I think, something that Sean said is that they were going to release the game, and then they were going to see what the trends in the community were. And then cater to it. That's what he said. He said he was going to cater to the community. Whatever the community, how they took the game and ran with it. That's what he was going to cater to. So, makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
makes sense. Go ahead.
Well, also I was going to mention that I did find a portal by accident.
Okay,
that's awesome.
Nice. That's cool.
It's really cool when you find a portal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because it's like it's that object that's in the game that is the biggest urban legend that exists in No Man's Sky. Does it work? Why is it still in the game? And it's been updated twice, bug fixes several times. If it wasn't meant to be in there, then Hello Games would know, oops, we're supposed to take those out. Let's go ahead and take it out. Nobody can get them to work.
Right, and so yeah, I just found it skimming the planet, and so last week on the Subcast, you guys were talking about there was a sequence to the monoliths or something along those lines, correct?
Right. Yes.
Now, so let me just make sure I've got this right. If the sequence is correct, then you get the fireworks, right?
No, you get the fireworks when you activate it.
Okay. So so he was saying that the sequence is correct if something changed in the little biodome area.
Well, okay. He's updated to me personally about that. So he said that discovering things changes the diorama in the space station.
Right.
Okay. So he said that he's told me in private message that he does not think that the changes are because of the monoliths or anything else. It's just discovering changes it. Now, that opens up a new can of worms. Why? Why is it changing?
Yeah.
So that's something else that people are looking into. But the monolith things, a lot of people are saying that after a certain period of time they reset. Some people are saying that's not true. So I am on the fence. I'm watching, people try and figure it out. I'm watching the other side of the argument, and I don't know. But I think what the best part about the whole thing is. I think that it's fun that people are getting together and having a blast playing the game and trying to figure this out, even if there's nothing there. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found like 3 or 4 monoliths around the portal. I was just thinking, well, if I activate all the monoliths, the portal will open, something like that. But I think people have already done that, and that wasn't it. So I don't know. I did think to put a beacon down on that portal so that when I go back to that star system, I can, whatever I need to do.
So you're heading to the hub right now.
I've got some other things I need to do first. See, I started my game over after the Pathfinder update, so I need a freighter. I need 3 good ships, and that's kind of heading off in that direction.
Okay.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's an amazing feeling going that far and reaching it, finding one dot, man, and all these planets in this big game, finding that one dot. It's just, it's quite a feeling. And then you go down on the planet, and then you see evidence that people have been there. Right. And then when you're standing beside the base, and you're like, this is cool, a player built this. Then you get these goosebumps. You're like, wait a minute, they're still here, because the base would be gone if they weren't. They would have broke it down, packed it up, and made another base somewhere else. So that player is still there in some other dimension in the Euclid galaxy. That's just unreal to think about, man. It's almost like I tried telling somebody, imagine apocalypse here on Earth, and we have to rebuild together. No one's here to help us, no government, everything's on us. We have to just rebuild, restart. That kind of feels like almost the same scenario in No Man's Sky. Like, it's almost like an apocalyptic thing, to where we have to use off-site maps to navigate, to find each other. And then once we get to each other, we realize we're in another dimension. And we're trying to make that work as much as possible with each other. And that it's like, you know, Sean Murray, Dad told us not to, and we did anyway. You know?
When you think about the odds, right? You got 18 quintillion divided by 255, which is how many galaxies there are. And then some people say 256. I don't know if we'll ever figure that out, but you've got 18 quintillion divided by 255, and then if you've got two players meeting up, finding the same planet, times 18 quintillion divided by 255 times 2, and that's the odds of you two beating the odds and actually meeting up together. So that's pretty neat. You've got a whole community of people that are beating the odds.
Yeah. I mean, you can't, and it's like I said a couple of weeks ago. You can't underestimate what these players are going to do. It only took a few days after the game's released before two people were in the same space, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
which completely took Sean Murray by surprise. You should have seen his.
I don't know why he was surprised. He should have known there were so many playing this game on launch day that even though this game is huge, it was going to happen. There was going to. I mean, that's just how it is.
Right. Well, yeah.
You know, if you're oh, go ahead, Cobra.
Ben, how you doing, buddy? Oh no, he's not on the call yet. I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
Well,
Iceman, go ahead.
If you're the guy designing the maze that the mouse runs through, and you got the piece of cheese at the end of it, and just think of No Man's Sky kind of like a giant mouse maze with a piece of cheese at the end, and you've made this thing like it's the size of New York City, and then let like 200,000 rats in it with one piece of cheese. Somebody's finding that piece of cheese.
Yeah, exactly. Ben, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming on the show.
Wow.
Ben, can you hear us, buddy?
Cobra's gonna
come into the light.
Ben.
Oh, you hung up.
Well, let me go past over the past few subcasts and list off the things that have gone wrong. First was the pin incident.
Oh.
And I think it's got to be me. It has to be me. I've got to be bad luck or something, because every subcast that I've been on, something's happened. You had the pin incident where the first thing that happened was you broke a pin and you got ink all over yourself. You know, it wouldn't be a subcast without Cobra, something happening to Cobra.
That's right. Something's going to happen. I had to name all the videos after the bad thing that happened. You know, like the pen incident, the cat incident.
Yeah, it all started with the pen incident.
Yeah, right. Ben, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing pretty great. How are you guys doing?
Hey,
we're doing awesome, man. It's a pleasure to have you on. What brings you on, bud?
Well, thanks. It's a pleasure to be here. No Man's Sky, you know, I was just kind of piping in. I got super lucky with my black hole jumps, because when I first put in my coordinates, I think I was like 450 jumps away, something like that.
Oh, you cut out.
Uh-oh, man.
Oh. Lost him again.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, Ben, Just make sure you call back. I was
Cobra,
excited about
I was
hearing
going
that.
to tell you that try to keep that cat off the screen. I'm allergic to cats, you know?
Oh, oh man. All right, I'll be careful. I'll be.
Yeah.
We got Boondog.
It's bad enough it's over
Boondock.
cyberspace. I get
Is
it.
it Boondock?
Boondock. Yeah, Boondock
right.
Games.
Awesome.
Boondock, add me on Skype and I'll get you on the show, bud. I just added Boondock as an author on CobraTVGNN.com. Ben's back. How you doing, Ben?
Hey, sorry about that. I guess Skype doesn't update itself automatically.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's
so
what's your Skype, Cobra?
LPoly1622. It's in the description there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got super lucky with my black hole jumps though, because when I first put in my coordinates for the hub, I think it was like 450 jumps away, something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, this is gonna take me like a month.
Oh.
But then I got really lucky though, because I found the nearest black hole, and then I summoned my freighter like right next to the black hole, and then I'd land.
Oh, that's cool. Picture time.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I got out of my ship, got in a black hole, and then land on a planet. Well, not land on a planet. I pretty much put in, go through the black hole, put in the distance, and then, put that in, and then it would draw the circle. And I pretty much just, what I did was I put a waypoint over like to the right of where my original spot was, like where I originally entered the black hole, if that makes any, like over to the right relative to the center of the universe, like looking at the center, it would be to the right.
Yeah.
And I did that way when I exit the black hole, I can look at the center and then look at the path to my waypoint. And if the path to my waypoint was to the right, then that means that it was hard to explain because I was trying to make sure that I didn't end up on the other side of the galaxy, pretty much.
Right.
But yeah, it was kind of hard to explain. Like I put the waypoint between me and the hub. That way, if I ended up where I wanted to be, the path to my waypoint would be to my left. But then if I ended up on the other side of the galaxy, it would be to my right.
That's a good idea, actually.
I kind
That's
of did that a little bit. I went halfway and I put the waypoint there, so I kind of knew a roundabout direction on where I needed to go, and used it as a. But the thing was, I was 4 regions below, so I had to gradually look up just a little bit and go up. And with each jump that I did, I got closer and closer to being level with the Rento-Schnick system. Blood Circuit subscribed. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. We got Lacomus, LOL. Is that Boondock? Chris?
I'm not sure. I
Iceman?
don't think I've ever talked to him on Skype, so I'm not exactly sure.
I'll be right back.
Well, whoever Lacomus is, let me know. All right, who did we lose?
Did we lose somebody? Did we lose Ben?
Somebody just went somewhere.
I think we might have lost Ben again. That's a good idea, though. Putting a waypoint kind of where you want to be, and then that way you don't have to land and build a signal booster and put your location in and all that stuff.
But that's fun, though. You know how many cool things I've seen by landing to check where I'm at?
Oh, it is fun. Don't get me wrong.
I landed on a planet, and I got video of it, and I put a little bit of it in one of the other videos that I have. But I landed on this planet. It was so overpopulated with animals. And there were so many that it was bogging down the game, and it was lagging like crazy. I've never seen like that.
That's how my home planet was where I built my first exo vehicle. Remember I told you like animals were flying off my exo vehicle like I was rooster tailing animals, just dead animals. It was ridiculous. Like I built an exo vehicle and just ran them all over my home planet because I mean I didn't want to, but that just happened to be where I was. So when in Rome, funny. Run over dead, run over animals. I don't think that's how that goes.
No.
Besides combat, which is probably a big thing that they might be focusing on with the next update, and I hope also maybe throwing something in there for us hubbers in the next update. But what would you like to see with this next update?
Oh man, there's so many cool things. Well, one thing, because you guys, I'm pretty obsessed with the beaches. So if they add beaches like there were in the trailers, that'd be really cool. But I think what would really be cool is if they, and I think they will do this because they have talked about Sean Murray, like his last public appearance was talking about how they plan on updating like the land features and all that cool stuff. So I think it would be cool if there was like, you could dig deeper into the planet, like they made so you can make bigger holes, bigger caves, maybe even like find cooler creatures in caves, like something that would surprise you. And besides that, I mean, that's
find the silicone creature from the Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
I'd be really excited.
This would be a good game for some kind of like Star Trek update. Multi-cruise ships, little missions to go to certain planets. Maybe the Viking, which is like the Klingon. Maybe they're out there beating up on the Korvax for some reason, and maybe we have to go give them a hand. Maybe there's something on the planet that they want. Maybe we have to get it before they do. I don't know. I can see
you're hailed by Captain. We've got Viking vessel opening a hailing frequency, and then some Viking dude is telling you to surrender or else.
I'd say let the meat static.
That'd be pretty cool, man. I'd like that.
It really would. I could see some kind of like update for No Man's Sky, like the stories of the Euclid Galaxy, the stories of No Man's Sky, and there'd be stories that you could go to different parts of this galaxy, this universe, to take part of the stories. Like we may get the update, but hopefully they add a better map system in No Man's Sky, and we would actually have to travel to that location to be a part of that story or to play the story. I think that'd be amazing.
Interesting. That's interesting. See, I've been thinking for a long time that if Hello Games hasn't integrated the Pilgrim Star Path app into the game as far as hard coded in, not the app itself, but take the coding from take the idea and code it into the game, like maybe something on like your other hand, because have you ever seen your other hand? Yeah, apparently I'm just a one-armed guy. Well, if you had like a wristband like on Fallout, you could bring up your map just like the Pilgrim Star Path app and say, okay, this is where I'm at in the galaxy. I think that'd be really neat.
The hologram that's in the center of the freighters, right there on the deck on the bridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right there. Just go up to that and access a holographic map of the Pilgrim Star map.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
You guys remember the Radiant side missions from Skyrim?
Yeah.
That might be a good place to start as far as, well, maybe not story things, but just, more things to do.
Right.
As far as bringing in like mini missions or whatever, that might be a good place to start for something like that, where they just kind of randomly generate these things to do.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. If anybody just joining the stream, if you want to get on the show, just see the information down below. Add me on Skype. Send me a message, and then I'll add you to the call here. Subcast or a show for you guys, so you can come on the show, have your own voice, maybe even talk about your own YouTube channels, your adventures in No Man's Sky, or bring up another game. The Subcasts are all about you, and that's what they've always been. So I'd like to get a chance to talk to some of you guys. So if you want to come on the show, just see that information down below. I think that there's going to be a lot added to the freighters with this update. With the freighter warp initiated, that's sound that's found, and that the data miners pulled out. That and the third-person view. I think that's for the freighters rather than anything else. But if they're going to give us a third-person view on a freighter, I think they would also give it to us on a ship, which I think it's about time. Yeah, you know, with how cool the vehicles look, and our ships don't look that cool. I would like to see a little bit of an update on the ships, because there is a lot of models that I've seen them show off or have designs, like 3D designs for, that I've never seen in a game. And I would like to see some of that. And I don't know if some of that was taken out because of copyright reasons, because some of them looked really close to an X-Wing. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Or some of the guns looked really close to some of the guns or multi-tools look really close to some of the guns in Destiny. So.
Oh yeah.
Or Halo. So there's always that.
Probably just that sci-fi look.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It's kind of like, you know, it's standard sci-fi fare. What was I was gonna say something. The 3D, not 3D, the third-person views on the vehicles would be awesome.
Yeah.
Of course, I've always stuck with my guns and said I wanted them to redo the trade economy, and that's something I'd really like to see. I don't think that's going to be in the next update, though. I really don't. But I do think that them hiring Isaac Asimov recently, I think that we're going to see some kick-butt story in the game. I think that's going to happen. I think we're gonna see some new story in the game.
Yeah, they did hire that author, to write a story writer. And when I contacted William Porter, he didn't want to talk about the story that he wrote, because he said, "Well, hey, they just hired a writer, so there's a lot more to come. It's an ever-going, changing story, so I'd rather not step on any toes. So there's definitely something coming."
Well, the thing about Isaac Asimov is I did some research on him, right?
Yeah.
And I like reading books. I'm a huge, book reader, but and I'm into my late 30s, so I'm no slouch when it comes to reading books, but I'd never heard of Isaac Asimov because I'm not a sci-fi reader, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently Isaac Asimov is like the sci-fi guy. Like he is sci-fi novels. And they hired the best of the best. As a matter of fact, one of his most famous works of fiction, of course, the sci-fi, is called Foundation. It's a series called Foundation. So you've got the Foundation update, and then in the game, and then you've got his books that were the Foundation books. So if we're going along with the Isaac Asimov theme already, this is, he's up to bat, and he's about to hit a home run.
So this is the name of the writer that they hired.
Yes.
Well, I've got homework to do.
Yeah, I just realized I guess the name was in my subconscious something. I went to the library about a week ago, and I was in the science fiction section, and I saw his book, The Naked Sun, and I was like, "Oh, this looks good. I'm gonna get this." And I didn't. And now that you mention it, I realize, I just rented a book from the guy who's going to be writing for No Man's Sky.
So you just picked up an Isaac Asimov book.
Yeah.
Where did you get
How is it so far?
Where did you get the information that that was the writer that they hired?
So I don't know where I got that information, but I did get it because I looked up. I googled Isaac Asimov because what had happened was I was coming up with my Infinity series, and I was looking for a name for a main character, right? And I was asking around with some of my cohorts that I work with, on science fiction novels. What would be a good name for a science fiction character? And the dude said Isaac Asimov. And then I was like, that sounds good. I might go with that. He's like, no, you can't go with that. That's an author. He writes. He's like the most prolific sci-fi writer ever. You can't use that. And I was like, no, I like that. I was like. He's like, no, you can't use it. And I went home and I Googled Isaac Asimov, and I was like, what? This dude works for Hello Games? That's crazy.
But Isaac, they're saying in the chat that Isaac Asimov died in April 6th, 1992, age
Are you
72.
sure?
Yeah, he was an artist, right? He wasn't wasn't
I
he
thought he was
just
an
an
author.
artist and not an author?
No, he was a
author.
writer.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's dead.
Well, maybe they're just using his literature as a guide.
Well, I know they
something
were
like
doing that, but I thought
Yeah.
they had hired him.
Well, they
Yeah,
can't
there was-
hire him if he's been dead for.
Well,
20
yeah,
years.
obviously. I mean, they could posthumously, I suppose.
Yeah, that was-
Everybody's saying that he's dead, and they're face palming, they're laughing.
Well, it's just that one guy that's saying. It's just that one guy that's saying he's dead. But I mean, you can just Google it real quick here. I'll just do it right now.
Yeah, just Google it for me.
Oh, they're all saying it
I
now.
could have swore. I could be completely wrong here. But I went with Alexander Kardashev instead, who is also a dead scientist, by the way.
Yes, it
yeah,
says
he died
he
in
died.
92.
Brooklyn, New York. Yeah.
His first name
So
wasn't
there'll be,
Alexander though. His first name was Nikolai Kardashev. It was Nikolai Kardashev, and he came up with the system on how to classify alien civilizations if you were to look for them.
Okay.
So that's what I went with. Sorry
This
about
is
that.
saying
Sorry about
that
the
he
Isaac
was-
Asimov thing.
This is saying that he was also a professor of biochemistry. That's
Right.
interesting.
It
Right.
might have been because there was on the 65 Days of Static album, there was a song called Asimov.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Ace will hire Nikola Tesla.
Right.
see Cobra. You're not the only person that can get on a live stream and or on a live podcast and look crazy.
Well, I'm sitting here wondering, like, how did you find out the name of the writer? I didn't hear anything about that.
I could have swore it was Isaac Asimov, but maybe I could be completely wrong. Maybe the guy's dead. It'd be really hard for him to write for the show if he's dead.
Yeah. So I don't know the name of the new writer. I'm pretty sure somebody in the chat can find out pretty simple, really fast. But yeah, I think that the story is definitely going to be one of the updates is going to be really heavy with story, because there's so much there, so much opportunity just left on the table to do so much with story in No Man's Sky. We got an amazing backstory on why things are the way they are with the Great War between the Sentinels, the Vy'keen, the destruction of the Korvax, and the almighty Gek, who almost ruled everything. But an amazing
How in the
story.
world did the Gek go? Does it cover how in the world the Gek went from this almighty Gek to a bunch of trade dealers or something?
Well, the Gek, they used to take the low spawn and kill them.
Right.
Like,
okay.
They would cast them out and kill them, and they were like they weren't genetically perfect.
Right.
And so a lot
They're
of those
space Nazis.
Yeah.
yeah,
Pretty much the alpha breeds all died out.
yeah.
So then
Yep.
the ones that were left were the wimpy
The millennials took over.
Yeah.
Ouch.
He said ouch.
Just a joke.
No, I think I
Get out of
agree.
here, you Gek scum.
Oh, by the way, I like that. I do like the idea of having the trade economy update. However, if we could hold off on that for just a little bit, because I've got a base set up in a system where albumin pearls are selling for double. So I kind of like that.
Oh,
I kind of like
nice.
that to stay for a while. Yeah. Just until I get my ships, Then
Yeah.
it's okay. Then we can change it.
I would
Yeah, I'm in the
like-
hub now, and what I'm going to do is just start exploring some of the nearby systems that are near Lenin, and then after that, I think what I might do, even before that, is go out of the Rento Snyx system expanse, and then see if I can find an unclaimed or undiscovered planet nearby. It's going to be difficult because people have been busy. They have been
Yeah.
discovering
Yeah.
and uploading like crazy. I can't believe how much is discovered in that area. But I think what I want to do is if I can get like 2 or 3 jumps away from Lenin, that's where I want to stay. And
I found-
it might even be better because if somebody tries to make a base in the same system as you, that's not good. Something happens. That's one of your bases is going to get vanished.
Oh,
I
on the
found-
same
Right.
system? I thought it was just the same planet.
No, same
No,
system.
same system. Yeah.
I found
Holy smoke. Okay, I'm glad you told me that.
I
Yeah,
found
be
an
careful.
I found an undiscovered one, actually maybe 500 or 600 light years away from Lenin. It like if you're facing the center, it's just to the right and up a little bit. But I just put a waypoint on Lenin, that way I can find my way back if I ever want to see cool huge dinosaurs.
Is it in the Rento Snick expanse or out
no,
of
it's in a different it's in a different region. I think it's
What's funny?
Yeah. on the-
Oh, the way you say Rentosnick.
I don't know. Am I saying it wrong?
I don't know if you're saying it wrong or not, but it sounds funny every time you say it. So.
You know me and names.
Yeah, I personally, if I could see one thing in the game, I would see, because my favorite part about the game Spore was like terraforming and taking this like lava planet and making it, you know, a T3 planet with life and trees and stuff. So I personally, if I could add one thing to the game, it would be maybe putting trees or animals in your storage and then bringing them to another planet. I think that would
Yeah.
be really cool.
That
Oh,
would
that'd be
cool.
awesome.
Because there
Yeah.
are a ton of planets. Like there was, heck, where my base is right now, it had like, it's lush. It's, you know, the most dangerous part about it is that every once in a while there's a storm. But I mean, it doesn't get my cold resistant. It doesn't get my temperature down low enough before the
No.
storm passes. So
That's
like,
right.
there's
Dude,
there are no
if I
environmental
could-
dangers, but there are
if I
no
could-
animals either.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just.
If I could take my favorite animals, like copy their code, whatever code in the algorithm that generates animals, whatever the specific code is for that animal, you know, I have a feeling it's probably kind of like the location code for your location. If I could take that code and take it back to my home base and put it into like a computer or something and start a zoo at my home planet of all my favorite animals, like you can have like 10 animals and pick your 10 favorite or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. I
Yeah,
would
that would
love
be.
that.
Because we can plant things now. Like we can plant gravitino ball farms now based entirely on elements that we're carrying around. So it makes sense, you know, just carbon and a few other elements to make an animal.
Yeah, very true. We got Boondock, right? Boondock?
Yes, that's right. What's going on, guys?
No,
Hey,
not too
Boondock.
much, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. And
I know, man. I've been waiting to do this forever. Every Friday night, I just happen to be busy though. So it's great.
yeah.
I'll
Well,
be
man,
back.
I'm glad you're here. And I'm also glad that I made you an author over on Cobra TV GNN. And
Yeah,
can't wait to see what you put on there.
Sorry, I'm kind of procrastinating on uploading.
No, it's fine. There's no, you could post as little or as much or none at all. It's just there. It's kind of like how I want to try and give back to the community for being here and supporting me so much. I want to support everybody else.
Right.
As much
I know
as I
I
can.
messaged you on Facebook about it too, but just to kind of reiterate that awesome work for the whole community. The way that's, you know, me and Iceman have been talking about it a little bit. Being able to have all these No Man's Sky content creators and streamers to kind of work together and push the word. You know, nobody has to compete with anybody.
Right.
Push everybody's work out there. Help each other out exactly like what you're doing. It's, you know, it's awesome. So we really appreciate it, everybody.
Thank you.
And Iceman, I'm glad to see that I'm not the only person you bring bad luck to.
every time I'm on his show, his son wakes up. And
Either my son wakes up or I die. Only time
Yeah.
I've ever died on a stream is when Iceman was in there, so thank you.
Well, hey, look, the only time I've ever died on a stream when I was there too. So
Well, yeah. So,
So
I wanted to,
what brings you on, Boondock?
well, I wanted to talk to you because you actually mentioned that you think that there's a big possibility that there's going to be more use of the freighters with this next update.
Yes.
And I was actually talking to Iceman today about it too. I really think that that's a huge possibility, just because of what you said, the noise files, the warp drive initiated, all that.
Yeah.
And I feel like the external view and internal view probably has a lot to do with that too.
Oh yeah.
So I have high hopes for that.
I do too. And I think it's needed. You know, I mean, how cool would it be to, instead of getting attacked by, 3 pirate ships, starships, you're in your freighter, and all of a sudden another freighter warps in. There's these sirens going off, and now you got to
Red alert.
get out. Yeah, man. It'd be like
It would be amazing.
it'd be so cool. It really would. And then being able to warp super far with your freighter.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
My dog's barking at something.
because you know if they're gonna make you able to pilot your freighter, they're gonna just extend that warp drive farther than any ship in the game right now.
Yeah.
Makes sense if you can call the freighter from any point in the galaxy. I mean,
Yeah. I remember.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, I remember when I got through the black hole to where I was going, the first thing I did was call my freighter, and I was like, this thing just went like 150,000 light years, and I can go like barely over 1.5.
Oh man. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, man. I did the same thing. I left my freighter back at the beginning of my hub journey, and I traveled all that distance and for almost a month, and I finally get to the hub, and I called my freaking freighter to the hub, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why couldn't I have just, what's going on here, man?
within a
no kidding.
millisecond, too, it just shows up.
Summon freighter. I'm here.
Yep,
Yeah.
Right.
where you're at.
Oh,
Not
Yeah,
right here.
props for that long trip too. I would have never expected you to decide to take a trip with that many jumps left, but I know you wanted to enjoy the journey, and that's awesome. I happened to luck out and landed 19 jumps away with black hole roulette.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't
Wow.
have a long journey, and luckily I was able to wrap up. I have a Journey to the Hub series on my page, and I was able to wrap it up in 5 episodes. So,
Oh wow.
yeah.
That's
So I lucked out, but I mean, it would have taken me a year if I started from where you were at.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
is
definitely
insane.
good job on that journey.
Thanks. man.
Yeah. You see, there's something funny. Somebody commented on my my hub, like we made it one, and someone said, "I can't believe you of all people made it." And I'm like, "Why?" And he started talking about, well, look how you play survival. And since there's some people here,
That's messed
I wanna-
up.
I want to kind of state that the Revenge of the Survivor series is a mild role play. It didn't start out that way. It started out as a let's play, just to make people laugh, because after I kind of raged, people thought that was pretty funny. So I kept on going, trying to make people laugh. But now I don't address the audience in it at all. It's just 100% in-game character. And I do things to make the show interesting, to make it funny, to make it, a little bit of comedy here and there. So that Cobra would not be able to make it to the hub. All right. He would never be able to do that. But the other one,
The real Cobra's got skills.
I'm getting identity issues. Oh, boy.
Now the
Let's change the topic.
That was not a kind of rage. That was a you threw that controller down, left the room. I remember that vividly. Left the room, and that was the end of the video. No, you were at a loss for words. You were stuttering. You couldn't get it out. You were so mad.
Yeah, I still
Even your cat didn't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
I still remember
My review for survival mode is no. This is no. Just walked away from it.
So
Yes.
if anybody hasn't checked out Revenge of the Survivor lately, go over and check it out. It's not the same as it was. It's almost 100% mild role play at this point. And I tell you, I it's so much fun making those. It really is.
It's
The
fun
one
to
that was
watch.
25, huh? What?
It's fun to watch.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, I have a
Um,
question. So Cobra, when you started off your YouTube channel, because I watched your YouTube channel back in the old days,
Right.
kind of No Man's Sky was being announced. But did you ever think that you would get to this point with this many subscribers?
No.
No?
I appreciate it every day. I never take it for granted. And I care about everybody. And then, when people unsubscribe because they're mad about the game, that hurts. Because I've gotten to know a lot of these people, and everybody here means a lot to me. It really does. You guys really do. But no, I never thought so. I just I had all these notes because I had to search for No Man's Sky info all on my own because nobody was talking about it. So I decided, may as well make a video with my notes. Those was horrible videos. Horrible. I can't believe anybody wanted to tune into that. No, I'm talking about the mask.
Yeah,
I was wearing a mask talking about Hello Games and No Man's Sky. A mask. What's wrong with me? And I farted on cam.
I didn't see these. You were wearing a mask?
Yeah, cover
yes.
mask.
See the mask there on camera? It's got the 3 X's. That's where the triple X comes from, and my name, Triple X Cobra.
Oh.
Yeah. I was wearing.
But the reason why people tuned in is because you were doing something that nobody else was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just always like watching the videos, just the cool music in the background to like, what is Hello Games doing now?
Yeah.
Anytime you do something that no one else is doing on YouTube, you can pretty much count on people somehow getting to it. Just the other day, I made like a 1-minute video briefly talking about the new Harvest Moon game that was going to come out on consoles.
Oh man, I bet that.
And I got good. Like it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot for me. There were like 30 people that watched it, which as opposed to some of the other things I have, which is 0. So, that's like, oh well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, especially the more, because I started a YouTube channel called Exploring Life where I just stream myself playing No Man's Skies and trying to figure out some of the puzzles in the game. I noticed, like, the first couple of videos like pretty much get 0 or no views, but just the more and the longer streams, like eventually the YouTube algorithm just starts having, allowing more people to see your videos. Because if you think about it, they eventually want you to be successful because they want to start putting ads on your video. Because if you think about it, I'm uploading like gigabytes worth of video, and they have to store it somewhere. So that costs.
The more content and the frequency of it just moves you higher up on the list.
Right.
Yeah.
I still remember I was on YouTube like a week or two ago, and I saw the Cobra, like I think it was like recommended videos or something. It was a Cobra video, and it was like a new announcement. I forget the title. I was like, oh no way! And I go into it, and it's like the old intro, and then I was like, and it was like published, I think in like 2015. I was like, wait, I knew this looked familiar.
That's a question I have. Should I delete those videos or?
No way, man.
No.
Part of your history, man.
Do you have a reason to? I mean,
well, no.
He's embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed either. Like some of them say, new details, and people, I get comments on them every now and then. And I got a comment, or I mean, a video, a comment on a video where I'm talking about, what was I talking about? Is it center of the galaxy or center of the universe? And everyone used to tell me I was wrong. I used to say, it's center of the galaxy, guys. It's center of the galaxy, right?
Right.
And so someone commented saying, you're an idiot. Everybody knows the center of the galaxy. And I'm like, oh, God.
No kidding.
I'm like, dude.
Look at the date.
Yes,
they don't look at the
date.
published.
It's an old video.
No, I'd leave it up there.
Who's the idiot now?
Yeah. Hey, while we're on the subject of that, remember, so we talked about before that we didn't think anymore that getting to the center was the main idea of the game, or at least it's not the end game. But I remember, unless this has changed, I remember the E3 2015 presentation, the one he did where he just kind of got out on stage.
Yeah.
And he literally said, well, everyone's trying to get to the center, and this is what we're trying to do. So it's like, did something change in development? Because we're not really trying to do that anymore, because we know what the result is, and it's not the end game.
I think what he was really wanting was, he didn't think people were going to try and speed run there. I think that he wanted us to have an amazing adventure to a location. And that's it.
Okay.
See new sites. It's going to take a while for to get there. And then what he said, people are going to be able to put the pad down, the gaming pad, and say, boom, I'm done. But other people want to keep playing. And I told everyone back then it's probably the next Galaxy.
Yeah, I assumed that too.
Yeah, that was common sense. I mean, a lot of people knew that. The thing is, though, I think that, like I said, he didn't realize people were going to be able to go so fast and get there so quick.
Yeah, because of Damien made the reason why
Yeah.
now it's so much harder to get to the center is because of Damien.
Right.
Yeah, well, he had a weak
So
head
early.
start on everybody.
Yeah,
I think
he
it's,
got there so fast that Sean Murray literally changed the size of the galactic map,
Because of one dude.
expanded it. Yep.
well,
Crazy.
Wasn't that
it's
cool
to try to
back
make
then?
a game? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, buddy.
To try to make a video game that that's in quote can't be done in this amount of time. I think that's in X amount of time, I should say, is kind of a fool's errand because somebody is going to do it. Like when Zelda came out, everyone's like, oh, you can't complete it in 2 weeks. Well, I think that's been done already.
Yeah.
So
Now speedrunners are down.
Yeah,
to about an
exactly.
hour.
I was about to say,
Don't
that's
ever
running.
say it can't be done or it's going to take X amount of time or that. Just don't do it. Don't base a game on it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Someone's going to try to beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna eat your words for sure. It's happened every time.
Yeah.
People are amazing. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Extraordinary things.
Yeah, some of my friends, it's weird. Like they were talking to me, and they said one of the major reasons they didn't like No Man's Sky was that like it has no ending. And my thought was like, and I mean, I personally play MMOs and I enjoy them, like MMO games. But my thought, as soon as they said that, I'm like, you play an MMO. There's no end to those ever.
Right.
Like you just keep getting better gear and keep raiding and getting better gear. Like it's the same thing. It's just in this you get prettier pictures.
In my
Right.
opinion, I don't want an end game. Like I was totally fine with there not being an end game at all.
Yeah, exactly. Because I feel like I always have something
Right.
else I want to do in the game.
I'd be okay if there was a continuous flow of upgrades and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which it
Yeah.
looks like that's going to happen with the updates for
Hopefully,
as long as
the way I see it is that they probably want to achieve their first vision of what they wanted the game. So, like, basically,
Yeah.
you see the trailers. I feel like what they're working towards is to eventually make the game the trailer, as best they can.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, Cobra, I'm gonna be here in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna be silent for about a good 10 minutes, and then I'll turn my microphone back on.
Okay, no problem.
Iceman always going MIA.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm kind of, I'm at an event right now.
Oh, yeah. I got you. Yep.
So
So speaking of events, so since since we're talking about plugging YouTube channels and whatnot, are we talking
Right.
about that?
Yeah. All the time. You
Well,
don't even
okay,
have to
yeah.
have it talked about already. All
Well,
the time.
my stay-at-home gamer dad thing, which is completely lame at the moment, but there's going to be a big announcement. there's going to be a big announcement next in the coming week, and I will also make this announcement on this subcast. Should I return next week to the subcast, which I would probably plan on doing.
Yeah, most
we
definitely.
We have discovered the gender of our child,
Ooh.
and
awesome.
and that will be announced. And
First kid?
yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Is it Alien?
No, it's
No Man's Sky.
It's a
Gex,
Gex.
probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a low spawn. Watch out. No.
Speaking of which, like I played the game for like almost a year now, and I had no idea that the Gex were jerks.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they were
totally.
evil.
Here I am.
Evil.
Like I had the
Yeah.
impression that like the Korvax were the ones that were hard to impress, the Vikings were the bullies, and the Gex were just kind of the small frogs that everybody picks on.
Yeah, the Gek were they were wild, man. They had almost control of the whole Euclid galaxy. We got Justin on the call. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great, man. Doing great. It's a pleasure to have you on the show tonight. What brings you on?
No Man's Sky.
Awesome.
I've
Yeah.
been playing, I've been really into this game since probably about 1.5 to 2 years before it came out, and started watching your videos from way back then. I watched every single video you ever put out because you did such an awesome job on them.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, no problem. And I really liked the game for the first 2 or 3 weeks, and then I broke away from it for a while. When we all saw that it didn't have quite as much as we had anticipated. But I started coming back after the Foundation update, and I've been playing since. And I give myself side quests to do, and like for example, I try to get S-class ships, and I'm not quite done with that though. I'm looking for a home planet still because I'm very picky. Just enjoying. I really just play to relax. I think it's a great game to play as far as just chilling out and relaxing.
Oh yeah,
Oh, most definitely. And it's one of those games like when you quit playing for a while, you reach a certain point, like maybe a week or 2 weeks, and you start thinking to yourself, well, I really want to play that for some reason. It kind of like pulls you back.
Yeah.
And then once you get in, you could get like maybe burned out a little bit on No Man's Sky. And then when you come back after a couple of weeks, you're like, holy crap, why did I stop playing? This is awesome.
I've had times like that. Like during and like right after the Foundation update, once I completely like played it to the bone. I put it down for a couple weeks, and then like out of nowhere, I just had this urge. It just hit me for no particular reason. And every time you go into it, it's like playing the game all over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always a new experience. It's always exciting for me, at least. And I mean, it's in my opinion, it's something I can't ever get sick of.
Yeah, it's the only game that I've had consistently installed on my machine for the past basically since it was released. Just because I've always like every week or two, I'm like, man, I just want to play for like an hour or two, and then I do, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'll come back to it.
I've got a great setup right now. Just this past week, I went into Walmart and bought Just Cause 3 for $20. So
nice.
So I play No Man's Sky, which is this. Well, we know how No Man's Sky is, and then when I've kind of gotten tired of that sort of style, then I'll put in Just Cause 3, which is the complete opposite of all of that.
Oh yeah.
and just kind of be ridiculous in that game and fly around and blow things up. Then when I get tired of that, then I go back to No Man's Sky. So I've got a good balance going on at the moment.
Yeah,
Nice.
see, I have about 20 games right now, and I cycle between 3 of them. I play No Man's Sky 90% of the time. When I'm not playing that, it's mostly Rainbow Six, and if not that, then Destiny. It's out of all my games, those are the only 3 that have touched my system in the past 6 months, probably.
I haven't played Destiny for a long time. How is that now?
Me neither.
Well, so I'm absolutely in love with it. I love the game. I know, like No Man's Sky, got a lot of crap on release and all that. A lot of people thought for as large of a game as it was rather empty. I didn't see that. I mean, and not like me and Iceman touched on this earlier. I mean, if you add space into anything, it's really not hard to impress me at all.
Me too,
So-
man.
Yeah.
Me too.
same thing.
But in terms of like the RPG playing style in space, just a plethora of weapons and armor and gear and everything. I love everything about it. So, of course, as soon as I got a release date or even an announcement for Destiny 2, straight to GameStop to pre-order that. So yeah, I mean, I like it. It's not for everybody because it has its fair share of haters, but I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
That's
What
good.
Yeah.
That's
game,
good.
What game doesn't have its fair share of haters? That's just
yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah,
the game.
it's gonna
community.
happen.
Yeah, I'm a big open world gamer. I like Just
Yeah.
Cause 3 a lot too. I just got, because it was on sale on the PlayStation Store, I got Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and that game's crazy.
Yeah,
How
it's
big it
really
is.
good.
Yeah.
I've only played Black Flag, and that's like the one that everyone says, well, that's not really an Assassin's Creed game. I'm like, well, okay, I like pirates. So.
Yeah, I love that. I love that one too.
Yeah, that one was really good.
I
I
touched
cannot wait
Syndicate
for
all
Elite
of like.
Dangerous to come out.
Oh,
I really
man.
cannot
I'm
wait.
so excited.
Wait,
Cobra
oh, you
Wheel.
mean on the
Sign up.
PlayStation? Because I was like, wait, isn't it already out in the computer?
Yeah, no, the PS4.
Us PlayStation
Yeah.
have been suffering this whole time.
Oh, I know. I mean, I got a gaming PC, but for some reason, I just don't want to I know I'm going to get beat up for this. I don't want to play it on PC. I don't know why.
A lot more fun on a
Well-
controller.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I actually heard that it's probably best if you buy a Thrustmaster joystick once it comes out.
Really?
Some people have said it's easier to operate with a joystick rather than a controller. I don't know firsthand, but everybody seems to recommend that.
So what are the specs on your gaming PC? What GPU do you have?
You're asking me that question, and I don't know. It plays every game flawlessly with good settings, so it's a good PC.
When did you get it?
I'm not a PC gamer. A year ago.
Man,
It's probably got a 980 in it at least.
I know it's
A
this
GTX
thing keeps popping up on the stream. It says AMD Radeon.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Why is it bad?
That's an ATI card, probably an RX or a R9 something or other.
yeah,
Where do I
mine
look?
Is it good or bad? Because I don't know either.
Where do I look? Show me where to look. Tell me where to look. What do I click
So
on?
go to on Windows. Go to
Device manager probably would be quickest.
yeah, but that's kind of actually if you just go to boy, I'm an idiot. I know how to do this. I'm just if you go to the just go to the File Explorer, and then if you go to this PC and left click and go to Properties,
All right.
it should
Right click, left
it
click is
should.
Mac.
I'm
All
sorry,
right.
right click. I'm sorry, right click, and
So it says AMD FXTM 8320 8-core processor.
that's your processor. So you've got an AMD processor, but then if you're in that basic information about your computer, then over on the left you'll see Device Manager.
Oh, okay.
So you can click that, and I'm actually doing this along with you right now because
I'm learning something here.
so am I. Windows 10 is not my favorite thing yet.
I miss
I
Windows
love it.
7.
When you're in Device Manager, expand display adapters, and you
Yeah,
should
yeah,
see-
okay. So that's like Windows.
card.
Yeah. So if we
Yeah.
go down to display adapters, mine says Intel HD Graphics 5500 because I'm on a laptop. Yours will say
right.
your.
It says AMD Radeon R7 200 series.
So you got an R7 200 something or other. Okay.
So
Actually,
Cobra,
if you right click on that and go to properties, it might tell you exactly which one you have.
so Cobra, did you play No Man's Sky on the computer first, like on release day, or PS4?
I played it on PS4, and here's why. So it's a funny story with the copy of No Man's Sky. I pre-ordered it like everybody else, a limited edition, and my GameStop was not going to do a midnight release, so I wasn't going to be able to get it at midnight like everybody else who bought it digitally.
What?
So I'm sitting there like going crazy. I called him twice, so he ended up calling me, the store manager. So he ended up calling me back saying, "All right, I'll do it. That's fine." And I'm like, "All right, yes." I was so happy. So I was going to go there. He was going to open up just for me. And I feel so bad about this. All of a sudden, I get this email from Hello Games saying, "Hey, Cobra, thanks for all the hard work. Here's the game. Enjoy." So they gave me a code for it. Right? So I'm sitting there playing, and at midnight started, and I'm sitting there playing it, and I'm having. Well, I started playing it before midnight, and I was having so much fun that midnight came and passed, and I forgot to go and call him and say, "Hey, I got the game. Go home." And I didn't. I forgot. And I feel like I apologize to the guy. But I
Who
feel
knows
like
how
such a,
long you waited there?
yeah, right.
So you didn't end up picking up your special edition copy at all?
No, I did. I ended up going back the next day, and that's when I apologized to him.
I actually have kind of a nightmare story of the PC copy. The reason I was reminded of this story is because you had a Radeon graphics card. I too have a Radeon graphics card, but I have one of the like 3 or 4 that weren't working with the original version. So I got it like on release day. I downloaded it, and I even took a day off work to play it. but then they didn't patch for my graphics card until like 2 or 3 days later. And it was so much torture because I saw so many people playing it, and I was like, I want to play. But then I had to wait for them to patch, and like I kept reinstalling it, and I kept trying to, like, I mean, I think my game still technically is in the like test version or like trial version or whatever it's called in Steam, just because I was on that like as soon as they released, hey, we might have a fix, try this.
Well, I like playing games on PC, but I generally don't get them new on PC because of
day one
issues. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, day one. I don't do day one on PC mainly because of things like that, especially on PC because there's just been a rash of games lately that have been so poorly optimized. You never know what you're going to get. So
right.
Yeah.
I ended up buying the game. I ended up buying a PS4 for the sole purpose of playing No Man's Sky, and I also bought a new computer for No Man's Sky. So,
oh, nice.
When No Man's Sky went live, I was on the PS4 playing it because if my memory serves me correctly, it was a few days between the PS4 start and the PC start. So
yeah,
I was playing on the PS4 for a couple weeks or whatever, and then went to PC. And that's right after I went to PC is when I ended up stopping for a while. But I had a good time this first couple weeks.
Nice. Yeah, that was the game first came out, and I put the disc inside my PlayStation, and I played the game. That was like one of the best days of my life.
Yeah, it was quite intense. Really intense.
Yeah.
You know, and it was kind of strange. Like, I'm sitting there like, ooh, wow. You know, it's like, this is cool. And I'm running to the computer and I'm checking to see what everybody's saying. Like, saying, you guys, what are you guys doing? Look what I seen. I'm sharing pictures and things like that. And then all of a sudden, the next day, I am seeing the biggest avalanche of angry people I have ever seen in my life. And they're coming to my channel to tell me about it. And I'm like, what's going on?
Torches.
What is this?
This is what you're advertising?
Yeah, I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
One of the reasons why I wanted to come on tonight is share something with everybody about No Man's Sky, and it has to do with something I've always looked forward to with No Man's Sky that I thought would be in it, but didn't end up in No Man's Sky, but I have renewed hopes that it will be in No Man's Sky, and that is the ability to explore this vast universe with a friend.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I've got two very close friends who, I've been friends with them for, 25, 30 years now. And, I'm their guinea pig. I've been playing No Man's Sky. They won't get it. And they will not get it until I let them know, hey, friends can play with one another, because they both know that it would just be too lonely for them. So I'm really, really hoping that happens.
Let me tell you something about that. I think keep your chin up about it, because with the hub thing, people making their way and congregating in one area. Hello Games tweeted out about the hub, not a retweet, a tweet. And it said 6 reasons to go to the Galactic Hub. And it showed this picture and it gave all the reasons why. Now, Hello Games did not make the picture. They just took the picture and tweeted it out. Okay, another player made the picture. But the way I look at that is, why is Hello Game going to advertise for something that doesn't have a feature? It's one of the features that we can't use that they talked about if they don't plan on tailoring to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was
exactly.
Now,
that's exactly why my hope has been renewed.
Yes.
Yep.
Now,
Well,
I think it's already.
Who's
No, you go ahead.
We got Pimpin' Plays just subscribed. Okay. Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
I think that doing like a 2 or 3 person co-op, I think that's very doable. I mean, as opposed to seeing everybody, on the same server or whatever.
Yeah, party up. Just like Astroneer, party up.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to add to that is it's already now, judging from Hello Games Twitter account, it's been evident that they've been frequenting the hub subreddit for a while now.
Uh-huh.
So I wouldn't be surprised at all if they're completely basing their updates around, when it comes to multiplayer and all that, around the hub, you know? Because who would have thought that there would be one section of the galaxy that hundreds of players are now starting to congregate? It's the perfect testing grounds for everything, you know? So I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly why they're paying attention to the hub right now. Also, adding multiplayer, like he said, adding a co-op multiplayer would be best. I think putting any competitive multiplayer in the game would be an absolute disaster. I don't think a lot of people would like it. It would turn a lot of people off. It would turn me off. But if there's any multiplayer, it should be co-op, kind of like an Astroneers type thing, you know?
Yeah, I think
I agree.
I think P versus P would. I really can't think of any purpose for that in this game, other than just to annoy people. Because once you get killed, you're just gonna go back and get your stuff anyway. So
what I think you should be able to do is turn friendly fire on. You know, just like you were able to do in the GTA 4. You know, when you went into a lobby, you could go in friendly fire or on or off. I think it should be like that, because if I get mad at Iceman, oh man, I want to push him off a cliff and shoot him on his way down. You know what I mean?
I'll be taking advantage of that.
Easy.
But yeah, I think that friendly fire should be a thing for us to have fun.
Well, it's definitely in there as far as when you're trying to save a freighter. Every time I try to go save a freighter now, I accidentally hit the other ships, and the Sentinels come running after me.
I hate that.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to help you guys here.
Yeah.
That happened to you today, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
And they don't go away. The Sentinels, they don't go away in space like they do on the planet. They just keep coming until you're dead.
Luckily today, my warning level just completely disappeared after like 5 seconds. I don't know how it happened, but yeah, they're relentless. They'll just keep coming after you until you can get to a planet. So if you're nowhere around a freighter, or a space station, or anything, you're pretty much screwed at that.
Well, you can't get away because you can't get away because they gimp your boost speed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know why that. I wish they would take that out, but whatever.
Like, well, you're in combat, you can't boost.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to share is, like Cobra, I also had a journey. I was at the center of the galaxy, and I decided not to leave the first galaxy because I've made a promise that I will always remain in the first galaxy until my friends hop on board.
Yeah.
So we can explore together. But
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's big enough. You know.
Yeah, right.
Running out of room
man.
quick.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, we've all already found each other.
Yeah. So I started a journey in the center of the galaxy, and I've parked myself about 3 jumps away from the Galactic Hub, and I'm looking for a home planet now. Yeah. So it sounds like we're pretty much doing the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, like what Cobra said. That's a good idea, Cobra, of trying to find someplace on the outskirts that hasn't really been explored within jump distance to the hub at all times. I originally did that because I got there. I'm in EA right now. I forget. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of the region. But once I got to the hub, that was not explored at all. It was pretty much empty at that point. Now, every system in EA is explored now. So if I would change it, I actually did recently just find this like unbelievable moon just recently. That's
really,
yeah, probably about, I think it's like 8 or 900 light years away from the hub. So that's definitely going to be my next home planet. I'm going to do what you guys do and kind of stay on the outskirts just to kind of have my own little private sector.
Yeah. And it's good, too, because somebody might come by and either not know that they can't put a base in the same system, or somebody might be like, you think you got this system? I do.
Which, yeah, and we actually lost use of an enormous pearl farm in the hub because of that exact reason.
Oh, really?
Because someone wasn't aware because the person, he wasn't aware. It was an honest mistake. He didn't know that once you put another base in there, it X's out the previous base. So he apologized and everything. It was all good. But that's basically the one place where everybody in the hub at the time was getting rich. So
Somebody in the chat here is saying that you can outrun the Sentinels when they come after you. He's not wrong. You can get away if you just keep going. But the thing is, they're still there, and they don't relent in their attack. They're still coming after you.
Yeah.
So that's
guys.
the thing. But I mean, you can. If you boost towards a planet, they're still going to chase you, but they might not catch you. They might be just out of firing range, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I gotta hop off the call. Thanks for having me.
Who's that, Ben?
Yeah, Ben.
Okay, Ben. Man, it was a pleasure having you on. I hope you join
Yes.
the future subcast, and man, you stay safe, dude.
All right.
Yeah,
you
good
too.
talking to you, man.
Nice talking
Yeah.
to you, Ben.
Take care.
Have fun exploring the galaxy.
Definitely, bro. You as well.
Take care, Ben.
Yeah, hearing this, I'm thinking maybe not staying just 3 jumps away. I might want to do 6, 7, or 8 because it's just only going to expand.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. I mean, there's plenty of stuff to still explore because I think, what is it at? I'm probably getting this wrong, but I feel like it's up to 10 regions right now that make up the hub. So there's still plenty of room, but I mean, I feel like it's just safer staying. I'm a loner anyway. I want my own little corner.
Right.
Yeah.
This system's not big enough for the both of us.
Yeah.
You know I'd
Leave me
like to
alone.
see? I wonder.
we got
is-
Rudy on the call. How you doing, bud?
Hey, Cobra, how's it going?
It's going pretty good, man. It's good to have you on the show again. What brings you on tonight?
Nothing much, man. I'm just on my break. Just I saw your subcast go on live, so I was just seeing what you guys are talking about.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate you stopping by. So
Actually,
we've been talking
I-
about a few things tonight. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry about that. I'll
go ahead.
make room for Rudy right now because my fiance just actually came home and my son wake up, so I'm gonna have some family time. But
Duty calls.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for having me on, Cobra. I appreciate it. It's been fun talking
man, it
to
was
all
a
you
pleasure.
guys.
Good talking to you, man.
See you later, Boondock.
Hopefully I'll talk to you guys again next week. See
All right.
bro.
Take care, Boondock. Stay safe.
you later, guys.
All right, Rudy. Yeah, we've been talking about update speculation. I kind of stated that I think the update's not going to hit until August. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know. It's the year anniversary of the game. It's also been hinted that maybe Xbox One is going to get this, so maybe it's going to be announced at E3. I don't know. But those
wow.
are some of the things that we were talking about. It's all speculation,
Do you
but it's
think,
fun.
Do you think Hello Games or Sean Murray is going to be attending the E3 this weekend, or
No,
what are your thoughts on that?
I do not think so. No way.
If they're there, they're going to be out eating.
What it's going to be is if there's anything there at E3, it's going to be an advertisement, just a commercial. You know how sometimes you see one right after another.
Yeah.
It'll probably just be one of those.
Well, before each one of the updates, they've always put out an update trailer. So you might see one of those, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a
Were they at the last E3? I don't even remember.
No.
No.
Only Nintendo was at the last E3. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, right.
I know a lot of people are kind of upset. I mean, I wasn't surprised by it, but I'm a Red Dead Redemption fan, and I heard when the second Red Dead Redemption got delayed until 2018 spring.
I just went to GameStop and they had a sign up on the door that said Red Dead Fall 2017. So I go in there and I said, "Okay, so how many people have told you to take that sign down?" They're like, "Well, we can't do it yet because they haven't said so." Like, yeah, I know that's how it goes. But
They're like, what are you talking about? It's not confirmed, dude.
not confirmed.
I mean, that'd be nice if it wasn't really going to come out in spring, but a game like that, I'm not surprised. And Rockstar, we know Rockstar delays games a lot, so
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
it's been
Yeah, I
said
wasn't surprised at all.
There's 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and Rockstar will delay its games.
Yeah.
I just thought, I just feel bad for the people. Like, I think when companies say, "Oh, you could pre-order now," because you could have pre-order that game, and then to say, "Oh, now we're changing the date," like from very long time from now. That's kind of a little bit.
that's very bad for me because our baby is going to be born in October. By the time February comes around, I don't know what my situation is going to be as far as being able to play games and stuff. So I don't know.
I think the AAA developers have started to do that on purpose, like delay it really early, because what they're doing is they're announcing the game and then immediately delaying it. I would only see big AAA game developers doing this, and what happens is they can gauge audience interest with the announcement, and then say, okay, people are interested. We're going to keep on working on the game. We're going to make sure it's right. So we're just going to go ahead and delay it. And then that way also, if they need to raise money for the completion of the game, they can go ahead and do that and not tell anybody, hey, we're running. I mean, just think if you're Rockstar, one of the biggest game, I think they're the third biggest game developer in the industry.
Yeah.
Think about what would happen if it got out that they're low on cash.
Right.
And so, go ahead.
I don't know. I don't think they are.
I didn't say they were. I'm just saying that I think that they gauge public early on. They're gauging public interest in their title. It's something like they might feel that maybe there's not any interest for the title or something like that. So they go ahead and put it out there to see if people are going to bite on the hook. And once they bite on the hook, they let the line out.
Well, Red Dead Redemption is considered by some to be the best game ever. I mean, that's not my opinion, but some people have said that. I mean,
I think it was the best game on the PS3. I think it was.
Somebody, Sean Sky, was saying something in here, and it's he's got a point. There's the comm balls, the communication balls in No Man's Sky seem to be messing up. Have you guys noticed that?
A little. I've only got 2 at my base, though, so it's not like when you go to Lennon 211, like there's just comm balls everywhere. So, I mean, that might be part of it, too.
Now, there's 2 things, though, isn't there? There's like a message ball and then another one. Well, aren't there like 2 of those?
Yeah, they've got like a holographic one and then another one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good
I haven't
point,
done it yet.
Chris. Chris just mentioned in the comment section, hey, Cobra, can you or any of your callers think of any other game that has captivated the gaming world almost a year after release? He's right. Here we are. We're almost at the year anniversary.
Right.
And we're still talking about this game as if we were before it came out.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, in some
But if
ways,
it never came out,
Yeah,
Well,
like it never did.
the real game,
well, in some
the
ways
real
it
game
hasn't
is still
come out
hidden away.
because one way it hasn't come out yet because they're still updating it, and trying to get it the way they
True.
want it.
You got that.
their vision was the E3 last year. I mean, they're basically trying to bring it to that point, and I wish they would. I mean, and I'm thinking they would. So it's just gonna take some time to reprogram stuff or something. I don't know. He didn't Sean said he's working on like a new cloud system.
At the GDC this year, he said that they're still working on the terrain to make it even better.
Okay.
Now he did say something about cloud rendering system or something like that.
Yeah, like a temporal AA something.
Yeah.
I forget.
I'm not sure.
There's a lot of features I really, really wish to happen. You know what I really wish? I wish the warp was instantaneous, like the ones he showed in E3. Like he just picked the system and then boom, it's just like 2 seconds and you're there. It's like algorithms, it's just like math. It just happens. Like,
Well, that was probably on a. Oh no, he was playing it on PS4, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was playing it on PS4.
Oh, well, that was rigged.
That was the most earliest build
Yeah,
ever.
it was a demo version.
Yeah.
I'm
I have
sure
a
that
question for
there's some
everybody.
sort of code where you could preload that into the RAM.
Yeah.
I'm curious about this.
But I'm sure it'll look shitty compared to.
If they had put that
You
up,
guys
if
hear me?
they had put that warp screen up there on the big screen for E3, it probably might have made a lot of people sick.
That is true.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh, okay. I was curious, of you that have found your home planets, what are they like? Are they ice, hot, toxic, radioactive, temperate?
I generally try to find paradise planets to land on with not a whole lot of hostile animals to increase my productivity, for a home planet, because that's kind of what you want your home planet to be. You want it to be comfortable. You want it to be home. So in order to keep productive, if I'm going to produce, if I'm going to farm, or if I'm going to produce warp cells off my home planet location, the last thing I want to do is waste time fighting for my life while I do so. So
yeah,
cool. That's my home planet.
I don't know how to pronounce the new caller's name. How are you?
Hi, how you doing? It's Lukash.
Lukash.
Yeah.
Lukash, it's amazing to have you on the show, man. It's a pleasure. What brings you on tonight?
Oh, just I'm from Sydney, Australia, and
Ooh, cool.
Just a No Man's Sky fan. Been a fan just watching your videos. Yeah, just came on to say hi and doing a good job, and had a bit of a experience last night seeing a message from another player that hasn't played No Man's Sky for a while, and he actually deleted his game and then spawned on my origin planet.
Oh, yeah, that's
you're
right.
that
You were
guy?
telling me about that.
Yeah.
Tell us the story, man. Tell us about that.
Yeah, tell us that story.
Yeah, so well, I was just late last night, well, Sydney time. Just happened to felt like playing No Man's Sky, and I got a message on the PSN network, and he just told me, man, this is weird, but I just spawned on your planet, Lurigan's Origin, which is the planet where I spawned on, and I just found that really, really weird.
What are the odds?
They're
Somebody
too
do the math.
great.
Somebody do
No,
the math on that.
That's too great for it to be a coincidence. I mean, really, if you did the math on that, that's too great to be a coincidence. Have you finished the Atlas Path?
No, I haven't.
You haven't finished the Atlas Path? Well, there goes my theory. There goes.
Forgive my geographical stupidity, but what time is it over there right now?
It is 8:30 p.m.
morning.
Eastern Standard Time.
10:30 in the morning here.
I was asking about Australia.
Oh, 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, 10:30 in the morning, Saturday
Fine.
morning.
You don't
sorry.
know what time it is for me?
Oh, man.
Fine.
Saturday.
I'm
It's a
actually
whole
calling
other
from the
day
future,
there.
I think.
Well, no, I'm in the same time zone as you,
Oh, cool.
I believe. Oh wait, no, I'm not.
Wait,
Never mind. I'm just rambling now. Forget it.
But apparently this guy he read into it on Reddit, and he said that actually it's happened quite a few times.
Wow.
Well,
But,
I wonder. See, now here's something I've noticed. I watch a lot of people. I love watching first episodes of series, right? Whether it be Minecraft, whether it be 7 Days to Die, whether anything. I love watching the first episode of anything because that's generally the most interesting episode. So, especially No Man's Sky, because I like to see how people are going to react to the game for the first time. And here's something I've noticed, and I've restarted several. I'm doing several things in No Man's Sky as far as gameplay through. So I've restarted the game several times. Something I've always noticed is that there is a specific criteria for any game mode that you start. There's a specific criteria for the location where you start at. It has to have several things. It has to have shelter. If you start in survival mode, you have to spawn near shelter. You have to spawn near shelter with a generally a dead machine part next to you, like one of those space drop pods next to you.
Yeah.
And there has to be Iridium close by. There has to be several things close by, and it can't be on like a hostile Sentinel planet or anything like that. Well, once you start putting on in all this criteria of, it's kind of like where do you want to plant your corn, right? You don't want to plant it out in the desert. So if we're the corn and we're being planted as a seed, you want to find fertile ground where that person can grow their game from. And so they don't want to put you in too hostile of a environment, and they want to make sure that you can survive if you work hard enough. So with all that being said, with all these criteria, if you start taking these criteria and going down the list, there's probably, there's more criteria than I know. So there might be, let's say, 20 things. Let's say you keep on going down, and you narrow down the locations that there are to spawn at for any given game mode. We've probably got more players than we do spawn areas.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. I see where you're getting at.
Just because the criteria is so tight.
Right.
Well,
I mean, but
you also probably can't spawn on an extreme planet, right?
Right. Yeah, I've never seen anybody ever spawn on like an extreme Sentinel planet or an extreme heat or cold planet. Not an extreme one. I've seen people, definitely spawn on radioactive and toxic and all that, but they're generally don't have that extreme tag on there.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Here's a segue. And speaking of extreme planets, I finally found Callium the other day.
Okay.
Since the Pathfinder update, or rather since the Foundation update, I think is when it changed, on a highly radioactive planet. So I'm probably not the only one that's come across that, but I had been looking for one of the big three. Very rare things, and I ran into that one. So
Callium, what does that look like?
Well, so on a highly radioactive planet, you have a lot of rock formations that have smoke coming out of them, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, some of those formations are not rocks. Some of them are these little moving blobs.
Right.
And if you shoot those, you get calcium out of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Now you have to be careful though, because they're subject to the ragdoll physics, so you kind of have to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you hit one too hard, it's going to fly away on you before it's destroyed.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well,
you should make a video on that.
Well, it's too late. I'm off of that planet. I don't remember where it is now.
No.
Has anyone else found that yet?
I have, and it was in golden, some kind of golden plant.
Oh,
and it takes forever
different.
to mine it.
That's different. I didn't. Yeah, see, I found it in the little blobs.
Yeah, I found them in blobs too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're probably going to be ending the show here pretty soon. So what I want to kind of do is let everybody have a chance to, say anything that they wanted to say and didn't get out. Also, if you have a YouTube channel, anybody that's in the chat, anybody that's on call here, just put on in the chat on YouTube saying, hey, check out my channel. Hey, I do this. I do No Man's Sky tutorials. I do No Man's Sky videos. I do Elite Dangerous tutorials or things like that. Just put in what you do and say, check out my channel. Same with everybody here on call, everybody in the chat. So has anybody got anything else that they would like to add before we kind of get off the call or end the show?
Just quickly, I wanted to ask. I also just noticed last night that the two systems on my discovery list that I haven't discovered or been to. It sounds like a glitch or something.
What do you mean?
Like on my discovery list, the
Yeah.
discovery list on you know how you've got all your systems that you've been to and all that. There are two actual systems on that list that is discovered by somebody else, and I've never been to. I don't know why that.
Well, that's odd.
Maybe they changed the name.
You might have got one of mine because I landed on a planet that didn't show up on my discovery list.
No, well, they could have changed the name, and you just don't recognize the name of it.
Possibly.
That's true too.
Yeah. For instance, I changed the name of the system that I found the portal. I think I called it Portal something or other. Then I called the planet Found Portal or something. I don't know.
Okay, can you change the name?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of a system that you've discovered?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, God, because I can't. I've been trying to change it. Don't know where to do it.
Hold
Well,
triangle.
that's like
when you upload Discovery, just hold triangle. If you're playing PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Instead of
done
hitting
it.
square, hit triangle. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's already. But once you've uploaded it, I thought you can't change it.
No, you can't.
Oh,
No, you
Right.
can't. You have
Oh
to.
yeah, no, I meant one they've already uploaded by accident.
Oh no.
You guys want to hear
All right.
something funny? I was streaming live on one of my other channels, and No Man's Sky, and I didn't have a mic for my PS4, so I'm communicating by going to my discoveries and typing. I was typing to rename a planet, but I was typing just to communicate, saying, "Hi, bro, how are you?" And then if you hit circle instead of backing up all the way out, it names the planet. And I was naming planets after the conversation that I was having.
That's
It was-
awesome.
It was so funny. So there's
That's
some
hilarious.
weird named planets out there.
That's hilarious.
All right, well, thanks for having me on, Cobra.
Oh, no problem, man. It was a pleasure having you on, dude. Seriously, it really
Yeah,
was.
I'm a big fan. You're doing a good job, and keep me updated with the No Man's Sky community. It's great.
Awesome, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you for the kind words. And you are always welcome. Just message me whenever I'm streaming to come back on.
No worries. Okay.
All right.
See you guys from Australia.
Okay, buddy. Yep.
All right, buddy.
Stay
Thanks
safe,
from down
man.
under, or whatever.
All right. Anybody else got any last and final words before you?
Yeah, I got some final words.
What's
As
up,
soon as
bud?
multiplayer hits, I'm gonna kill Cobra.
Oh, it's on, buddy.
It's
It's on.
Yes. We're
gonna-
well.
we're
We're
gonna
both
do
gonna
a
have to find
duel.
Each other
We're gonna be facing with our backs together. Then we're gonna
Yeah.
take 10 steps and turn around and shoot,
Okay, that'll
All
work.
and then we're gonna have
that sounds
dog
fun.
fights.
Dog fights, definitely dog fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
that's
want
gonna
to
be
be there.
awesome.
I want to be there when that happens. I want to take some aerial shots.
Nobody get too hyped. There's no confirmation on multiplayer or PvP or anything. I hope though.
I'm sure it's coming. I mean, that is the most talked about ever.
Yeah,
So I'm
you're
sure
right,
they're working
100%.
on something. So
Yep.
Well, if I have to settle for killing you in Elite Dangerous, I will.
okay.
Ooh,
Is anyone getting that for people?
I am.
I'm definitely
Of course,
getting that.
yeah.
I'm definitely getting it.
I'm playing it right here on the channel. You better
Oh,
believe
I
it.
can't wait. I can't wait to see your channel, Cobra. I can't wait.
Thanks, man.
There is one thing I wanted to say real quick
Yeah.
before I go. This is in response to something we talked about when I first joined this call, and that is right now I'm currently playing Boundless and No
yeah.
Man's
Oh,
Sky.
okay.
I don't see myself playing Boundless too long until I get some friends to play with. I'm also going to try to get my daughter to play it as well. She loves Minecraft.
Yeah.
And it's a lot like that, only I think the graphics are a bit better. And so I'm looking forward to that. But right now it feels real lonely. But
Add me on Twitter, and we'll see if maybe we can hook up for an episode or something like that.
Okay, cool. Yep, I'll do
All right.
that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, add me on Twitter and send me a DM, and we'll see if we can arrange something the next time I play or next week or something like that.
Okay, sounds good. And
Awesome.
thank you again for all you do with this channel. You do an awesome job. Everybody knows and can tell that you do what you love to do, and that's when people are at their best. So we
Thank you,
appreciate
bud.
it.
Thank
Amen
you.
to
Cobra,
that, bro.
you're the official spokesperson for No Man's Sky. Man.
No!
No joke.
Whether you like it or not.
Take care.
Oh, okay, buddy. Stay safe, man.
Thanks, you too. And happy Memorial Day to everybody.
Oh yeah,
Happy
yeah.
Memorial
Happy
Day.
Memorial Day.
Thanks. All right, bye-bye.
See you later, bud.
I'll just go ahead and plug the stay-at-home gamer dad thing one more time.
Okay,
It's,
yeah, definitely.
It's pretty lame right now. I just recently did a video on why Jaws: The Revenge is the best Jaws sequel, and nobody watched it. I can't believe nobody's watched that. But if anything, it's at least it's one of those. It's kind of like that movie. It's so bad it's good kind of thing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's at least comedic. Watch me struggle being in front of a camera. You know, most guys, they do like an on-screen game thing, so they don't have to be in front of the camera. But I'm putting myself in front of the camera, gosh darn it, and I'm just going to struggle.
Hey, if I could do it, you could do it.
I suppose. We'll see.
Well, I look forward to it, man. Make sure you send me links. Make sure you post it in Cobra TV as well. It doesn't have to be about No Man's Sky in there. It could be about anything. If you want to start a garden, Put it in there.
I've already done. I got flowers too, but I haven't made a video about those. The darn thing, the stupid alley cat running around screwing up my flowers. Gosh,
Uh-oh.
Those are my problems, you know.
Yeah.
It's not Cobra's cat, is it?
Yeah, it's probably my cat.
It's probably Cobra's
coming
cat.
over here, pulling up my plants. The next time I see it, I guarantee he's going to use up all 9 limes.
Thank you, Matic, in the chat.
Well.
Appreciate it. And thank you, NMS. You guys are amazing, man. I'm sorry I haven't been able to fully pay attention to the chat tonight. I was really worried that something was going to go bad, but it went really good, and I'm pretty proud of tonight's stream.
No.
Can I plug a couple of things there, Cobra?
Oh, you sure can, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me,
sir.
Cobra.
Oh.
Huh?
I think that was somebody said thanks for having me, Cobra. I think that's.
Oh yeah. Thank you, buddy. It was a pleasure, man. Thank you for coming.
I'm Iceman 3rd ID.
Yeah,
I've got a YouTube channel. Also, if you guys haven't checked out the Alliance of Galactic Travelers, check that out. It's they have a website, but their main mode of communication is on Facebook. It's a growing kind of splinter group off of some of the main groups, and a lot of them are since it's Memorial Day. A lot of them are ex-military guys, and a lot of them. So far I just joined, and so far it's been a positive experience. So
awesome, dude. Very awesome. Let's see, Steve or Rudy, you guys got anything?
I think I'm about ready.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay.
I think I got my stuff in.
Awesome. Okay.
It's,
all right, guys.
Weird. Well, I did. Before we go, real quick though, maybe someone can answer a technical question for me. So it's like my name on YouTube is the same name as my channel. Can I change that, or does that have to be the way it is?
No, you can change it. Go get YouTube. I think it's YouTube Studio. Just you go on your app on your cell phone and go to YouTube Studio, and there'll be a place to edit that.
All right. Okay. Well, that's good to know.
You're talking about Creator Studio or YouTube Studio?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Creator Studio. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. I want to thank everybody who came out to the chat tonight. It's been amazing having you guys here, seeing you guys chat with each other. There wasn't any fights. There wasn't anybody in there starting anything. It was awesome. It wasn't a mosh pit. So that's good. I think we're going to go ahead and get off, and we'll be back next Friday. We got XO1. I'm going to be uploading that tomorrow. We played XO1. It was fun. I also have an interview with a developer who's making a game called Antrix. It's a space, it's a survival game that has a twist to it. You're going to die, and you can't stop it. So it's more like you survive long enough to meet your doom. So that's pretty cool. A little
depressing.
twist.
That's like real life.
Yeah.
Right. And then I don't know. We got some more things planned. I just can't think of what they are at the top of my head. But yeah, guys, thank you for coming out to the chat. Thank you for coming to the show, Steve, Rudy, and Iceman. Awesome to have you here. And then that's it. I've drank too much coffee. I'm sorry. I'm like way too hyper now. I don't even know what the next word's going to be that comes out of my mouth. Not good. It's not a good thing. So we're going to go ahead and get off the call. Love you guys.
All right.
Thank you for coming out.
Thanks.
I'll see you all in the next video.
All right.
See ya. Bye, bro.